for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll start the
Oh yeah,
show.
man. It is what it is. But yeah, no, man. You guys gotta move them. You gotta get them going.
Get them
Third,
going.
fourth step. Excuse me. I think I skipped it. But third step. Now you're walking around. Now your back is fucked up. So you just
Knock the
Let 'em
frost
know.
off and shit.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You gotta do all
Yeah.
that, brother. Bro, it gets so
Jeez.
brother.
Yeah.
It
Well,
gets so bad.
I guess I'm fortunate, I guess. But it's about to get cold for me.
Shut
And
up.
so
You
and so
experienced fucking -40, nigga.
see, Chris is gonna fuck around because he's always gonna prove a goddamn point. His
No,
body's
I
gonna
don't.
acclimate close to this weather, and it's gonna be like -10 here. He'll be like, "This ain't shit," and he's gonna walk out there in shorts and a hoodie, and then fucking die out there because he tried to prove a point that he still got it. Like you're
Brother.
stubborn, dude.
I do still got it.
Okay,
You can still run with me.
probably
With
not.
you? You asking me?
Hmm.
Can I still run with you? Shit.
I got you, Pimp.
Shit.
I got you, Pimp.
You don't think you
Nah, I'm
got it?
playing. Come on, man. I know you got it.
Oh yeah, I got it. Just
So
not
so
as what I used
the
to have.
crazy the
And what
crazy
do you
part
mean? What
about
do
it
you
is
mean by that? Like the shit that you do, like running, like the whole routine, like
no, just 5 miles.
Yeah.
every morning.
So the crazy part about it is I know he can, but he won't. His pride won't let him say like I'm gonna give up.
I know that's my point. That's what I'm saying. He don't want to
No,
give
I'm
up.
telling you, he'll run with me, but he'll be the whole time.
Yeah, he'll
Same
die
thing with
in the
me.
fucking cold.
Same thing. Same. And he'll still
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
He still got that do it fluid.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but he ain't smart with it. Like he'll take it to the grave.
Nah. He
Who ain't who ain't smart? Hold up.
No, I'm saying that you won't give up to the point of like you would be uncomfortable. Just say that you're gonna give up.
Mm-mm.
And so like when it's time to be like, all right, dude, like you had it, like you good, you still wouldn't give up.
I thought it was gonna.
Do. What the fuck, bro? Why isn't that letting me go live now?
Oh, is it
Weird.
like one of those one token shit? You gotta wait a few minutes before you can do it again.
What?
Did you end it or did it?
No, we're on live for like YouTube and stuff, but I'm talking about for TikTok.
Oh, like right now.
Yeah.
Are you having to like set everything back up? Is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
Is there? He's. We can't hear you. We're gonna let him know. We can't. Is this over here trying to tell us something?
What'd you say? What'd you
Me?
say? Fool? Yeah. You
I
said
said
it's,
you better tell him that we can't hear him because
I'm sure he can hear us. You can hear us, right? Yeah.
but we can't hear you. What you mean? What you mean by that?
He's like he don't know why. I'm on strictly T now. Oh
We're
hell.
strictly on T now.
Fuck yeah.
What the? Why the fuck is this not working?
What are you struggling with?
Huh?
What are you struggling with?
TikTok. For some reason, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. Um. It's not letting me fucking record.
Interesting.
Uh, 2024.
So now you're gonna have to sign out, sign back in.
Yep. It's like two objects that are the same shape. Mm-hmm.
How do you like your Apple Watch?
I like it.
But do you use it?
Yeah, every single day.
Now, like, do you like immerse yourself in like the watch? Like, do you download a shit ton of apps? Do you actually use it? Like, or is it
I mean,
just like, what do you use it for? Because I have this one and I'm like looking through the apps and shit, and I was like, I would never use none of this shit. So like, I know there's like a huge like app store, but I'm
mhm.
thinking like, what do people actually like use? Well, I'm sure there's like a hardcore user that does a lot of shit on here.
I mean, I use it for I use it for like why the fuck is this not working? This is pissing me off.
I wonder if you're going to have to close this whole thing out.
I'm not even no, the YouTube one is working. So is the Twitch one, but the TikTok is the one that
Yeah, it's right. I mean, I think the next step, wouldn't you have to shut this down, restart it, and then like do everything? Because what if it's like just having issues connecting? I don't know.
it shouldn't. That's the thing. Like I'm testing everything coming back green. But
It
for
just
some
won't go
reason
live.
it won't let me go live. Yeah. Show at least one camera source before you go live. Okay. There we go. Oh my god. Demonstrate authority. Leave that. I don't care. There we go.
Told you everything's
There
gonna be
we
fine.
go.
Goddamn it, you getting worried?
I
for no
told
goddamn
you, bro. You always
shit.
fucking.
You've been fucking a fucking downer. I was like, what the hell's wrong with him? What did he like? This shit really got at
Where
you.
the,
Like, you were
where
about to
the
shoot
fuck is
somebody. He's having a camera
Where's
issue.
Nelson?
That camera was, see, you ain't paying attention to shit. His mic
Hello?
wasn't working.
What do you mean his mic wasn't working? What'd you do to it?
Yeah.
5:56, baby. It's almost time. Almost time. Oh, baby. Baby. All right.
You back.
All right.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
His mic ain't up.
His mic ain't up.
It was just fine. I don't know what could have happened to it.
We can't hear you. This man.
What was the mics? What was the name of them?
I don't remember, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good episode for you. I got
Why?
something related to that.
You got something related?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, I know he doesn't have Well, he's got the other one if they're not working, but they were just working. I think they're wireless ones.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna use this to write. Mm. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna use this to write. What problem is that? I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Dude. Is this man almost done yet?
I don't know.
I keep telling you to stop messing with this shit.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Motherfucker, you know you be going in like a thief in the night. In your fucking Grinch outfit and shit. Be like,
Jesus,
Nelson, I'm about
man.
to steal your shit. And your dignity too, motherfucker. Put your pants down. You sick motherfucker. I know you would.
Yeah, right.
You fucked up.
Nah, you fucked up.
Man, this technology, dude. I feel like an old man
Why?
just bitching about innovation.
Bitching about it?
Yeah, you know, that's old man fashion, dude. They just bitch about everything new, you know what I mean?
You are old.
When you're born, when you have certain structure, it's new shit in it.
It's like a new system.
Yep.
You just don't like new systems, do you?
That's not true. I'm up for
Yes,
it.
you do. No, you're not. This is man. Are you done yet?
Man, I don't want to do it with just you no more, man.
I don't either. Shit.
Fuck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. So I got a few questions for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got the questions on lock.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see.
Oh, what the hell? Back that shit up. Do. Nelson, you done yet? This man, oh my god. He's gonna make us late. He's gonna make us late.
Oh, we're already late, dude.
Oh my god, we
We're
are
on Black
late.
people time, goddammit. So we at least got 10 more
God.
minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all fucking it up. Y'all just fucking it up.
Duh.
Duh.
So you know what to do, right?
What do you mean? Do I know
You
what
got
to
to do the countdown. We're throwing in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come in. The last time we were like, I was like, put me on the main screen. And then you put me normal. I'm like, God damn.
No, I didn't. I switched it over.
Yeah, but people saw it. I want this shit seamless, motherfucker.
Oh, apologies,
No,
master.
it's all right. It's all right. I
God
wonder where
damn.
I would be in that time. Would they throw me in the field? They'd be like,
I wouldn't. Shit.
you know what I
Wouldn't
mean?
put you in the field. Hell no. I don't want you to fuck up my crops.
Right, that's money right there, motherfucker. I'll take your hand.
What settings I got? What does this man mean?
On maybe his audio. Oh, I wonder if it's his settings right here.
Yeah. I wish I can change it from him, but I can't do nothing. Oh, there we go. I hear something.
You hear something?
I thought I heard something.
Some voices.
There's some voices. What's going on?
You.
This motherfucker.
What?
His ass. What's up? Uh-oh.
Could it be in your settings? Right here, right below the screen.
I think so. I think that's what he needs to change.
Yep. Because I wonder, is his other mic Bluetooth, right? Or it's wired? I think it was wired.
It's wired, yeah.
Because with some like even for headphones, like those still connect to other devices.
Right.
Like it's almost like set to its default. He'll have to change it.
Yeah. Well, shit, should we start without him or how are we going to do this?
Well,
We're
are we
just putting
live?
them
Aren't
back
we?
there?
They're looking at
We
us
are.
right now.
Technically, yeah, we're live, but we can start the show until he figures it out.
Do you want to end the live and then come back in when he's ready? So then we're all doing it?
Nah, I think that would be a waste.
All right, whatever. Fuck me then. Fuck my
Is
ideas.
that everything? Yeah, fuck your ideas. I don't care about your ideas.
I know. I know.
60? That's it? Oh, shit, where'd you go?
Snips.
Oh,
Well, the only one I do very super expensive.
god damn. This man. Every time. Every time. Can you hear us? Oh, you can hear us?
We can hear
Hurry
him.
the fuck up.
Yeah, he can hear us, but he's trying to get his mic online. What? Goddamn! What the fuck? You ain't listening?
Yeah, I am listening. God damn it.
Oh,
Since his ass listening, turn on your goddamn mic. Uh oh.
We still talking shit now.
are you using the same mic you was using, or you had to switch to another?
No, man. Apparently, some settings.
Settings.
What do you mean settings?
That you have done.
Oh shit!
What do
He
you
sold
mean?
you some shit. You saw what Israel did, motherfucker. He got a vendetta against you. He'll blow your ass up. You can trust this motherfucker.
Hold up. What do you mean by me? What setting? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Well, I was talking fine.
So how does that have to do with me?
Because you came in probably fucking with shit on your end.
God, you know what? Shut y'all
Look,
up.
I can't even
Shut
use.
y'all
I
up,
can't
all
even use this no more.
right? Why not?
You disabled his keyboard, motherfucker?
Stop.
He did something.
Stop it.
Yeah, he on some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all on some
Computer-
goddamn
his-
shit.
he just his
You know
computer
what?
just
I'm
fucked up.
starting it. 15-second countdown. You guys got it? Oh,
Got it.
they just got to empty out some bags. I'm used to people just like coming in at the time when we're about to go live
Exactly.
and just
Bro,
start making all types of noises.
bro, my wife just was like, "Where the keys at?" You know what? Damn well where the keys is at.
Yeah, damn.
Hey, man. On you.
It's on this
Oh,
indigenous
yeah.
person in here.
She gonna slap you over the head, man.
Yeah, she is.
Nah,
She gonna beat your
nah.
ass.
She's looking at him right now, like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Off camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got all these bruises and bumps on my head.
I know. That's what happened to your shoulder. She told me.
Mm-hmm.
She had to rough your ass up.
You
Exactly.
wild, brother.
That's exactly what it is.
Mm-mm.
Unfucking believable. Damn.
If you stay with us this long, thank you. Even through all the technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
One motherfucker's like, these guys are stupid.
He is. We love to play, love to laugh. Aren't ashamed of our.
Well, hold on. We weren't laughing. Everybody was frustrated. Chris was fucking frustrated as a motherfucker. We were trying to laugh. He was not having that shit. He's like, fuck that laughing.
There's no laughing here.
So, yeah, I know.
There's no laughing. All right. Next time one of you laugh, we're just cutting this off. You know what I'm saying?
Unreal.
You laughing?
No.
Two should be fine. None of y'all better be laughing. Yeah. All right, y'all ready to start? We're gonna start.
We in it.
We're in it. 15-second countdown on the title, and then the new intro.
Ooh.
And here we.
Welcome back to another episode of The Legacy of Ours. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And have you ever asked yourself the question of, what is my legacy going to be like? How do I build a legacy? What is my message? How bad of an aftertaste do I want to leave behind? But it's like a message without words. It's a message with actions, like building a reputation. So better yet, what do you want to be known for? And that's a hard question if you overthink it. I think keeping it simple is the best way to get started. Like, I want to be known for being consistent or resilient, or learning new things. Luckily for us, there's still time to figure that out. There's still time to change a mindset or routine. But I want to use there's still time as a motivator to actually try, that it's not too late. I don't want to look at it as I still got time, I can change later. In fact, the word of the day is brought to you by the letter A, and that's action. It takes action to build a legacy. It takes action to build anything. And it's October 13th. I'm Andrew Mendoza, along with my co-host, Shannon Nelson and Christian Nieto, who's on Instagram at Mr_Neat, NEAT_O. And I'm on Instagram at Andrew J. Mendoza. You should follow the podcast on all our social media platforms at Legacy_of Ours. And today's discussion leads us from Robert Greene's book, The 48 Laws of Power. Now, for the past few months, we've been learning the writer's language, analyzing how he forms his ideas, and viewing his message through our own individual perspectives. And you can check out laws 1 through 8 in our past videos on our social media platforms, and we live stream every Sunday. And today's episode is Law 9, Demonstrate Authority, and why he thinks is important and why you should too. The better question is, what do you think? And as the audience, which host do you relate to on the idea? Or do you have a completely different perspective? But first, we touch on everyday life, our own personal interests, what's trending, and current events. If you're new, thank you for the recognition. If you check us out regularly, we thank you for the consistency. And we're going to send you out those bandanas in the mail because you are officially gang related. And the show starts now. Take it away, boys.
How's it going?
What up?
Damn, bro. Where's
Yeah.
that bandana's coming?
Yeah, I know, dude. I was going to put in like you like the color pink and you like it with glitter and sparkles and shit all over it. But it ain't going to sell. It may sell.
It may sell, bro.
We could send
You
it
never
to
know.
a Kamala Harris like event, and people be
Yeah.
loving that shit. Do we
Yeah.
fucking clean up?
Hey, go ahead and show the people your new Kamala Harris bandana.
I got one.
Yeah, remember the one that says Harris?
Oh, no, I gave that to you. You were like, man, I'm happy. I was like, damn, dude, I really wanted this shit.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I was about to kill a motherfucker for it. And I was like, dude, take this one.
God damn.
Oh,
What up,
you a
Nelson?
fool.
Hey man, I'm just here, just chilling, drinking.
Yeah.
About
Well,
to.
before we start the show, let's
we
go
gotta do
ahead
the
and
toast.
do our toast and stuff since y'all like to forget.
Yeah, I'm sober.
We like to forget.
That's
Y'all
true.
like to forget, bro.
One,
Yo,
no,
he's been on one all day, y'all. I'm talking about Chris.
Exactly.
Y'all always say that every episode.
The people
always
know,
say I'm
man.
on
People
one.
see that shit. They can see the
Nah.
fucking look on our faces. You're like, oh man, they're abused.
Yeah, they're a happy. Holy fuck. He must be a good boss.
All right, we toasted. What we
Yeah,
toasting for?
Yeah, we toasting. You know me.
What?
I'm always toasting to the men and women who pursue success through pain. Making themselves the foundation of their family to be successful.
And I'm toasting to the freedom of the ability to grow and do it whatever you want. You know, we have that freedom to say what we want, and that's a good opportunity, and that's we're blessed to have it. So that's always a toast.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's me. Hey man, you know me. Do what you feel. Take everything with a grain of salt.
All right, to the
Word.
legacy.
Already drank.
You know you're not supposed to drink until the toast is over, right?
Yeah, I already drank, dude. You know I'm old as fuck. I'm on tea
Yeah.
now. You know, I told
Yeah.
you I'm off the sauce. And
You're off the sauce.
yeah, dude, I'm straight up on lemon and honey and shit.
So this
But
would
you
be
know
day
almost-
6 for you, right?
Yeah. Has it been that long?
I'm pretty sure.
No,
yeah.
it's gotta be more than that. It was October 1st.
When you first started?
Fuck yeah. You don't listen to me?
Oh, okay.
Man, this is gonna be a
Sometimes.
good episode for you.
Sometimes. You
Not
know what I'm saying?
listening.
So 13 days in, how you feeling so far?
It was pretty good. Pretty good. I'm glad I'm not man, I was dehydrated, you know, so I'll get out. And man, I was sick as shit. I was throwing up. Couldn't keep fluids down, so I couldn't eat. And this lasted for like 9 days. 9 days of pure fucking hell. And like, dude, I'm fucking for real, man. I couldn't even lay down. God damn it! Like when I would lay down, it felt like my stomach was like fucking moving and shit. Like if I leaned a certain way, it would lean that way. Like if you drank too much water, you had too much, just in your
Yeah.
stomach. And then
Just
as soon as
feel
I would lay,
uncomfortable.
like my stomach would be in like pain. Like if I laid in a spot so long, like my stomach would physically be in pain. I'm like, what
Really?
the fuck is going on? I literally threw up all night one night. I think it was like 9 to like 5:30. That next stage is up. So I
Mhm.
had to get fucking fluids, and thank God for that, dude. It was fucking miserable, but I'm feeling good now. So
So
and,
what was the cost to that?
Yeah.
so I got like food poisoning, and they were like saying that I wasn't hydrated enough that caused me to like start to be severely dehydrated. So I got to
Mhm.
start off drinking water, and then it got away from me. So that was my bad, I guess. But it was the consistent throwing up too. Like I didn't want to I couldn't hold anything, So
Yeah.
yeah. So
No, that's
but now
crazy.
I'm
Could
back.
it-
I feel pretty good. Like I said, I'm on tea
So could it be due to this lifestyle that you're trying out?
lifestyle. What the fuck? No, nigga. I think
Yeah.
I
ate
mean,
up
you are
hot
trying a
dogs.
new lifestyle right now.
I mean,
You are.
what the fuck? It did feel like I was having withdrawals. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I'm
Just like that
saying.
fucking feeling,
Like you're so used to smoking meth and everything that
It's like that video you showed me of the dude. Like I would have proved to be on it. So I'm strong and you guys are weak. I'm gonna get right off of it.
oh
That Joe
god,
Rogan
that
clip you sent me.
We're weak because
damn. You said what?
look,
But it-
look at
Yeah, you know I'm a bitch. But yeah. So yeah,
You
I'm
know-
Hey,
feeling
you know,
pretty good. I'm feeling
We
pretty
didn't
good. I'm gonna
say
try
it. You
to
said
put
it,
on
all right?
muscle.
Just remember that you said that shit.
Yeah, I know. But no, I'm trying to eat a little bit more since I'm feeling better.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
got a goal, so I'm gonna really track my protein,
Right.
and gonna try to hit it hard to kind of stay as lean as I can during this season. Try to build a little
Mhm.
muscle. So I'm gonna kind of go in it smart. So, but
Okay.
yeah, so feel pretty
Nice.
good. What you got going on?
What I got going on?
yeah.
Well, I don't really got much going on.
The
Still
fuck?
being a coach and shit, and then
Yeah. How's that going, by the way? Like, what's the season?
It's-
What's the record looking like?
it's all right. So
Oh,
I came
yeah.
into the season pretty late, right? So they already had like 2-3 weeks of practice. They already had like 4 or 5 games. So I was just coming in to the season already late. So I'm not saying that I did it myself, but the kids put in a lot of work. So obviously, whenever you're coaching their team, they haven't won in 4 fucking years, and we finally had an opportunity to win, which we did and capitalized,
Nice.
which was awesome. They all were
Hell
jumping
yeah.
around like we won the fucking Super Bowl, which was cool.
Yeah.
So four
But you know,
fucking
that's
seasons of like them
wow.
being blown out every single time.
That's gonna make a difference. They feel
Yeah.
that once, you know what I mean? That's gonna motivate them to want to like, all
That
right, man.
grasp of just a win, like you're
Yep.
saying.
It's that
Yeah.
first taste of crack. That shit
Yeah.
to be
There you go.
It's like,
You
dude,
know
I
what I'm
need
saying?
more of that. Like, I need to live in that.
I
Like,
didn't say all
literally.
that. I didn't say all that.
But
That's
yeah,
exactly
no,
what he
like
said.
that's pretty cool, and I'm sure that's cool to see. You know,
Yeah.
to see that you're making a difference, and then you can see them like feel good about themselves. You know,
Yeah.
because they're doing it.
That's true.
That's dope.
Nah, I like it. I like it a lot. Hopefully,
What? You
damn.
got spirits there?
Oh, people
You
over
told me
here.
Yeah, I
you
was
was
like,
scared.
goddamn.
It's like,
I
what
was
the
my
fuck?
cliffhanger.
People
I was
acting
like,
like
nigga, you
this
got
is
a
the
gun on
first
you?
time I'm doing this and stuff, and all of a sudden they're walking over here like, what is going on?
Hell is wrong with you, dude?
Oh, so we gonna bring.
All right.
it-
Anyways, Nelson,
Yeah.
tell us what you got going on, bro.
Oh man, you know I'm about to PCS. Basically,
Mm.
leave Alaska. Throughout my time being here, it has been an experience, especially with the fishing and doing everything with the natives, shall I say.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been fun. It's been fun. But it's fucking time to leave. So
It's time to
therefore,
Yeah.
but no, it's been a really cool experience being up here and seeing other people's perspectives on the land in general.
Mhm.
And I'm very fortunate to actually be here to enjoy, because not a lot of people get to go to Alaska or even
Yeah.
visit.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
with me being here, I humbly want to respect the land, the people, and everybody that can thrive
Yeah.
all throughout here.
Yeah.
Well, you'll go back to visit, I'm sure.
Hell no.
Hell no.
What the fuck?
Hell no.
You don't get your little
Man.
Airbnb somewhere. I don't fucking know.
Fuck
You can come
no.
back and fucking reminisce and shit about how
No.
being cold
Yeah.
and you have to rub your goddamn knees and fucking start.
No,
them up like,
it's funny because a lot of
fucking
people
cold
do
Chevy.
retire in Alaska, though.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people do retire in Alaska. I don't know why either, but
Dang.
no,
I
you
don't
can have
either.
that last.
But no, I'm going back down to Georgia, and it's going to be an experience, and I it's one of those things where it's
Where'd he go?
yeah.
I told you they
goddamn.
wouldn't let him out.
Yeah, I know, man. They're trying
They
to
gonna get
keep-
your ass.
That's funny.
But
That's
yo,
funny.
speaking of technology,
Mhm.
did you see the Tesla Cybercab is coming out?
The Cybercab? No, not
Fuck
yet.
yeah. It's a self-driving taxi, essentially. And like
Oh,
had, like,
I heard about that.
yeah, they had like a whole event about it, and you know, showing, you know, I don't think it has a seat for the driver. It doesn't have none of that shit. And they were like kind of, I guess, demonstrating, and it's crazy. They say everything's gonna go down, like violence,
Mhm.
not violence, excuse me, accidents. It's gonna be
Mhm.
like they're more aware. They say it's gonna save more than anything. And so they talk 20 times safer than human driving.
How?
And-
Okay, what gets me is that how can they even justify that whenever they say that their Teslas now, including their Cybertruck, can drive on its own, but yet
been-
they don't
they've been
have the software that does it.
Oh well, you know, as I was reading this article, it does say like there's been wrongful death suits against
Mhm.
the self-driving thing.
That's what I'm saying.
And
bro.
so but they say it's gonna probably save money, 20 cents per mile compared to 1 per mile for city busing. And so I think it's gonna Elon's gonna push this thing to be huge to where you see it. They're gonna try to be in Texas and California.
Mhm.
And then they're also talking about this Optimus robot. It's this humanoid that they had at like a party, and they had these guys that were like, apparently people thought it was the actual humanoids, like as a bartender, but from what I understand, it was actually someone in a suit, and it was just kind of
Mhm.
like a laugh type thing. But no, they got these robots coming for like 20 to 30 grand. It's like buying a car. You know what I mean? And you can have it in your home, be rubbing your feet and shit, telling you that
Clean
it
your
loves
house
you.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna,
Oh, it's gonna
it's
get
gonna be
personal.
rubbing. What? Why?
The first thing
What?
he said,
Hold on.
rub on my
Why?
feet.
Motherfucker,
Why is that the
this
first
robot's gonna
thing
want to
that you're
kill
gonna have the
himself.
robot do?
I'm talking about for you, dude. Like y'all
No,
can
that's some
get it.
weird
You can-
shit, bro. I would have put it. I would have said he can cut the grass, maybe make
Yeah.
something to eat.
Oh, you
Like,
gonna
this
Daily
treat him
motherfucker-
chores.
bad.
This
Or
motherfucker
her,
said, "I
whatever the
want him to
fuck.
rub my feet."
You're gonna
Straight
treat that
to it.
motherfucker bad. I'm
Beeline
talking about for
to it.
you, dude. You can have this motherfucker.
Yeah,
And so
nah,
yeah, so
you
they're
can
trying to
have
push
him.
that out. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
But
trying to push him out, huh?
who? The robot?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so that's pretty wild. So technology is kind of coming up. But we know that though.
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
is trying to do a lot. He's gonna put you on Mars. Would you ever do that? Would you
Would I
ever
go to
think about
Mars?
do- Fuck yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't go to. Actually, I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't go to Mars. I can't.
Wow,
I can't sit for
you
that
scared of
long.
heights?
No, I don't. I just don't like the travel anymore.
You
Have
ain't
you
driving the
seen this
motherfucker. They're
man
like, all
in
right,
a
Chris,
bus?
How
take
do you
this bitch
know?
away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking drive, but I'm gonna be in a goddamn roller coaster for fucking 18 hours.
Yeah,
Shit.
but don't they have like that hyperbolic, like that you can just go to sleep and you can just like chill and then you wake up? I'm sure they can
No,
do that shit.
no, nigga, no.
No?
No,
No. Are you for real? Come on now.
No.
That ain't real. Look it up.
That's not, brother. I
They don't do that
promise
for.
you, you
Well,
sleep.
have we ever gone long
This
distance
ain't the
though?
show 100.
Yeah.
I'm really. Are you for real? We haven't done long
What?
distance. What would they do? We gonna like? I mean, I guess you can have a sleeping thing, but like,
No, man, your ass is gonna be up like
The entire time, 18 hours straight. Fucking god damn.
you don't think so? You
Like your
really?
face is gonna be pushed and be like,
Yeah.
18 hours straight. No, I'm just,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
it will be.
It
Cool
would have
now.
to be a big enough ship, right? I mean, if you're transporting for that mass, you
oh
think?
yeah. There's got to be at least a few
So how-
thousand getting on the ship.
At once, that's a lot of risk. But I guess they
You know
sign
how
it.
much? Do you know how much fucking fuel they're gonna have to use?
Ain't
That's
he
a
working
lot.
on some shit like that? Like we're gonna use like
I don't know.
obviously we're gonna need fossil fuels, but like isn't he trying to use this other type of energy? I think he was just talking about that shit. It's Elon Musk. He probably says it all the time.
Probably does. I don't know.
We're talking
But
about
yeah,
the
I mean
same
that's
person.
crazy.
We're talking about the same person who was self-professed at rocket science.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But
Self-professed.
he's doing a lot, I guess. And, I think Trump endorsed him for some shit. Or
Oh,
something
really?
yeah, it was like at a campaign, and he brought Elon Musk out, and he was like, they called him the dark, something. I don't know. It was the dark Republican. I don't know what the fuck that meant. I heard
Dark
something like that,
Republican.
like some
Dark Knight.
like some villain type shit. I'm like, what? And so, because he was wearing black, I think. I don't fucking know.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, he endorsed him for something. So anyway, but yo, you know what I seen? Hurricane Milton, they said is developing tornadoes like
In the
crazy.
water.
No, on like close enough inland, it's doing destruction. Like it's known for tornadoes to sprout, yes, outside of land. But they said it's oddly like happening within, causing mayhem. Like it,
Yeah.
of course, they're gonna say it's global warming and shit. But
course.
So now, do you think it is? In your personal
don't know.
opinion.
I don't know what I know, dude, about that shit. Like I really don't. Like it's just. I did see a video. Like they say, like there's cloud seeding and shit. And there's a video of a dude saying, like, "Oh look, there," and it was like this hatch that was open, and like all this. They said it was clouds, and it was this thick whatever,
Mhm.
and it was going up into the sky. And they said, "Look, they're making clouds and they're producing clouds and shit." I don't know. But yeah, they said there's a scary amount of these tornadoes happening. A lot of funnel clouds. More than 100 tornado warnings across the single in the state in a single day. A record for Florida.
I I bet you a
19
lot of old people
confirmed
knees is hurting right now.
Oh
touchdowns.
yeah.
Yeah. 45 individual tornadoes reported. Like, that's terrifying. The first time I moved to
Oh
Missouri was
yeah.
the first time I've ever experienced like a tornado siren. And I was like, it felt like the world was like gonna end. It's just that the sound and all that bullshit, just the siren. I was like, what in the fuck?
I've never knew that Missouri actually had that type of
Yeah.
activity when it came to that.
What type of
Tornadoes.
activity?
Like
Tornadoes?
Tornadoes. You ain't listening? God damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at this video. They say tornado sweeps over bridge during meteorologist lab report.
This motherfucker online shopping. Don't lie to me.
But no, like I've just never knew. Like,
Yeah.
but I knew like Oklahoma and like the Midwestern kind of did that, but
Yeah, they say
Missouri?
scientists are still digging into the reasons why Milton is spawning so many.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like even some of them are just baffled, and so it says it's going to take some time for them to analyze it. But then they, followed Helene, and so
Uh,
they're saying that's also clearly a possibility. So, but it's wild.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's dude. The world's fucking being weird right now. We got wars left and right that we're not even supposed to be part of, but yet we're part of.
Especially
Mother Nature.
the proxy wars.
Yeah, now Mother Nature wants to fuck us up.
For what? What we
Yeah.
do?
What we do, Mother Nature?
I'm sure we did a lot.
But no, Columbus Day,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is when you hear Columbus Day? What do you think about?
Oh, he was a pleasant white fellow, and he was trying to discover
Mm.
what?
What?
The land.
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah, I knew this. I knew
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
What about him? He's
Oh,
cool, right?
man. So the crazy part about it is a lot of people endorse his actions.
Right.
Apparently, he's the first person to actually get on this land.
Mm.
Turkeys
That ain't true though.
coming back and forth and doing all this, but actually, he enslaved a lot of those Native Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah,
He did a
We're
lot
still
of
celebrating it.
racism shit,
Where
right?
was this? Where was
But
this
we're
whenever
still
cancel
celebrating.
culture was on its peak?
There was. They were like fucking pissing on him and like doing shit on his statue somewhere,
No, they
right?
weren't. They're probably like,
But we
it's a
celebrate
day
this.
off.
Yeah,
we
but
celebrate
they took
this.
the day off and fucked shit up. That was the whole thing. Like the whole like Mike Brown riots and shit. I think in Florissant started a lot. It started like this whole fucking craze of like people getting like shit,
Yeah.
destroying stuff. Even people that don't give a fuck about like the movement are going in. Even when that happened, like they were breaking in a lot of like these shops and these sneakers, spots. People were coming from Illinois and traveling to Florissant. And I was with a buddy of mine at the time, and we were walking. Oh, we were in his car, and a dude was walking in front of the car, and he's looking around. And me and my boy are strapped, and we both like get prepared because he's looking around. We're
Wait
at
a
a
minute,
red
you
light.
strapped? I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he was looking around, and it's like, okay, like what is he about to do? And like there's like gangs of people walking the street. It's bumper to bumper, and he pulls out his gun.
Mhm.
And me and my boy like thought, well, all right, this is gonna happen. And he just sends
He's about
shots
to
in
say
the air.
Yep. We got him.
Yeah, I know your
Go ahead.
ass.
Go ahead.
The dude shot
Yeah,
his
we got
pistol in the air right in front of us, act like nothing happened, and then kept walking. And me and him looked at each other. We were like, "What the?" Like it was like, okay, I guess this is how we doing it. So
I like it.
yeah, I know you do.
That's
I
how you
like it.
walking?
I know.
That's
I
how
know
you
you
do
do.
Mhm.
Shit.
Goddamn.
Mind your business.
Anyway.
Mind your business.
So I got something else.
All right, what's up? What you got?
Okay. And then honestly, let me know. I'm curious because I
All
want to
right.
know, what you would do. If
What
you could
would I
do it.
do?
I'm sure you could do it. All right. So Forbes released an article on October 2nd.
Okay.
And it was psychologists sharing like the best methods to reduce like fighting. And can you guess
Like a
what
fist fight,
I-
or just like an argument?
possibly argument fighting doesn't really specify, but yes, for the sake of just giving us contact, we're gonna just say an argument.
Okay.
Can you guess a tactic that would help and diffuse an argument with two people?
With two people.
Yeah, no one jumping in, motherfucker. I know you do that shit. You can't.
So all right. So you're asking what strategy I can use to diffuse a problem?
If you had to make a guess, yes. What would you do to try to diffuse like a situation?
I
And I'll give you the
would-
answer.
Like if I was a normal person,
Yeah, whatever your opinion.
I would put my hands up and be like, I apologize. I understand what you're saying. And then that's it.
What do you got, Nelson? What do you
For
get?
me, honestly, I will make a joke about myself
What the?
and make myself feel funny. Like
That's
you
real
really,
love.
you really can't.
So we'll
Be
be in an
mad.
argument this
He beats
entire
himself
time.
down for the sake of others. That's a
Yeah.
gentleman.
We're in an argument this entire time, and we're going back and forth cussing each other out,
Yeah.
and then you're just gonna fucking make a joke about yourself.
Yep, because
I would hit you just because of that.
it's gonna.
for
I
stopping
guarantee
the
you
argument.
won't.
No,
It's gonna.
What's gonna
I
happen
guarantee you, it's gonna stop you, and then you're gonna just be like, "What the fuck?" Just like how you say right there, and then I'm just.
no, he a dick, motherfucker. He could be like, I know damn right you an idiot. Of course, this proves my point, you dumbass. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I do.
So therefore, there's a scale of de-escalation to where I can
Okay.
actually.
Kick
You
your
already
shins.
all your labels that you have on me. I'm gonna just stop it
Yeah.
and assert it.
Okay.
So now you're just sitting there, just like, okay.
All right. You want the answer?
Yeah. What's the answer?
Empathetic paraphrasing. It's where a listener like restates what the speaker said in their own words to like reflect that the speaker's concerns and emotions are like valid. So like if
Fuck them Finleys.
see
No,
this ain't gonna work for you.
No.
Yeah, damn. What you
Like
mean?
it's like, and what this does is the science behind it is that one person obviously has to be the bigger person to start this whole thing.
Ain't gonna
but-
be me.
It would be like you saying, "Oh, you're upset because I didn't call you after work." I understand why you're upset because you was expecting to speak to me and discuss whatever, and you're probably feeling a little bit betrayed or not, considered or whatever the case may be. And then like what it does is it diffuses that other person and they feel like they're heard, which generally people, if they feel understood, then they're going to be less angry or aggressive. So that is what this technique is actually saying. And so
Where do they come up with this bullshit?
this was on Forbes. So
This must have been
was,
this must have been tested in like a really rich neighborhood. There's like hardly any crime or anything.
yeah, it says
Damn.
research reports that the participants that did this felt like they were able to lower their tones, and they didn't have as much negative feelings as far as during this whole process as trying this. So
Interesting.
they say it works. They say it works. And you know what the advice is?
What's
Listen actively before responding. And you struggle with listening to us, Chris. And this is what we want to talk to.
that? Who?
This is why I brought this shit up, dude, because we had enough, dog. I'm for real.
I'm
No,
I'm done listening to you now.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what do you think about that? You think it's a dumb study or you think it's a
I think it's not a study that was thought over very well.
Mhm.
Because this sounds like this was tested in a neighborhood that doesn't have any problems already.
Yeah.
They went to some rich ass neighborhood to Breadco and asked everybody, "Hey, can you act and can you act and act like you guys are arguing, and then this is what I want you to practice.
Yeah.
And then some dumbass fucking people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that is so right."
Okay, so here's the thing. All right. So me, let's say
Before
me.
anything else, I'm sorry, legacy of ours and the team, but just breaking news just happened, and I have to go. Please like, subscribe, comment. I apologize, I'm not going to be here.
Uh-oh.
I got to deal with a pressing matter right now, and I apologize for not being on the podcast,
It's
but I
all
will
good,
be
too.
on the next one. My
Uh-oh.
bad, and I apologize.
All right, bro.
All right,
All
brother.
right, brother.
Be safe.
See ya.
What'd you
Damn,
do?
I'm stuck with you now.
I know.
What'd
I
you
knew this was
do?
gonna fucking happen. I knew I should have fucking called in to work today. My
God
stomach was
damn
fucked
it.
up. I was like, oh,
Yes,
something bad is
of
gonna happen.
course, your stomach's fucked up again.
Yeah, I don't know.
God
What the fuck.
damn.
So, but
All right,
yeah.
but
So,
okay, no, what do you think about this
hold on.
this strategy?
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So let's say me and you get into an argument.
Okay.
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 And like you're saying, I don't know, you didn't show up to whatever, right?
Right.
And you're upset, and I'm as we're arguing, I'm like, you know what? You're right. And you probably felt like I stood you up, and you probably didn't feel like I wanted to be with you and be your friend. And this is why you're upset, and I wasted your motherfucking time, dude. I'm sorry. And what if I said that to you? Would you think that would change? Like, would you think you would feel diffused? Like, all right, like the motherfucker understands what I'm saying because he's verbalizing it. Are you that type of person?
No,
Okay, the shit may not work for you then, dude.
it's not gonna definitely.
You don't think it will work for you in your relationship? Because I guess this is
No.
more a soft way to.
I don't want it to work in my relationship. I
What
want
if I got
I want the
aggravated?
problem to continue until somebody wins.
I see. Damn.
So you think it's gonna
You
work?
and Green are the same person.
So you think it's gonna work?
No, I'm just saying. I thought it was very interesting. I've never seen someone talk about like as far as trying to, because obviously it's fucking psychology. So like they're like mind, understanding the mind and
Right.
they really want, what
Mhm.
they really need. You know what I mean? It's like a doctor be like, yeah, you need to take this medicine because this is how you're gonna function good, but you don't
Right.
really know what you need. And so yeah.
I feel like a lot of doctors are just there for the money.
Mhm. But
They don't help very much.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'm sure there's a lot of debate on that. I'm sure as far as that. But yeah, so yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. And it says like, okay, like you're not bending over,
Yes, you are.
you're not taking the L. It's
Oh, you're taking a D. That's why.
It says like you're just learning how to communicate to diffuse.
So
And that's like the whole point.
So
of,
do you
like,
feel like
this
it's
thing.
gonna work?
I don't know. I could see it working with a spouse. Like if a dude was trying to talk to his or a woman trying to talk to her spouse, and like you tried to, because that's more of a partnership versus like an everyday argument.
Mhm.
Like you don't
Mhm.
have to make it work with me, but you should. Most likely you're gonna be wrong. But like at home, it's like that's more important because that's your everyday, and if that starts to go, downhill, then that's your life starting to fucking go downhill. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Right.
I can see it working on that aspect, but
But
I think
on
there's
the
a lot of
streets,
pride too.
you don't see it working.
Maybe I'm sure it'll work for somebody. Maybe. I mean, clearly they had
Somebody.
studies on this. Yeah, and then said people who did it like actually felt like it had helped. And
Interesting.
so you think this is for a soft person, or you think this is just a sissified way of saying like giving just something to write about when it comes to it?
That's what I think it is. I think it's
Really?
just somebody that needs something to do, so they just wrote some bullshit for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So like, but a doctor wrote about it. Do you think that don't mean shit?
A lot of doctors write about a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I understand.
Like
But
that doctor that said that whenever you get hurt, just do the rice method.
When
or
you get
whatever
hurt,
it's
I didn't
called.
hear that. I never heard that.
Yeah, whenever you get hurt or something, like you gotta elevate your leg, something, put ice on it, and some other
Mhm.
bullshit. Yeah, whatever that is. That's
Yeah.
bullshit too. And that's been
Uh,
proven that was fucking bullshit.
Interesting. So you wouldn't
Yeah.
try this ever?
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not lying.
Don't lie, motherfucker. We
I'm
want to
not
know
gonna
who
lie.
you
I don't
are.
think I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? Are you trying it?
No, I'm just saying. I thought it was interesting.
Stop saying
It's
it's interesting and tell me if you're gonna try it or not.
I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, would pride get in the way? Probably. That's a big thing. You have to be the one to be like, you know what? I really want to hear what this motherfucker telling. I want to understand what their, point of view is. But what I do know is that I don't like what the fuck they're saying. So,
Right,
but
right.
now it's like you have to force yourself to then like try to fix it. But in that moment, it's like you're upset. So if you had a mediator, like, then someone, but you don't have that, someone
No.
that can come in and first initiate that,
Mhm.
so, but anyway, but I do believe that there's in relationships that one person, not all of them, but there's that one person that is willing to initiate, a resolve first compared to the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, that is a person that probably try this method to try to like diffuse. And generally, if
Yeah.
that's a big problem, then there's probably like had huge arguments and it gotten bad before. So like they want to try different methods to, and not all bad situations, but that's just how they are. But yeah,
I
I
feel
can
like
see them trying that.
I can see you doing this.
You really?
Yeah.
That means I'm probably clearly I would be. Thank you. I guess I'd be. Uh, I guess humble enough to fucking do it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
Anyway,
there's another news today that I don't know why I keep seeing this, but um, Fox 2 News reports that U.S. city safety report St. Louis is no longer among top 10 dangerous cities. So,
in St. Louis City, you said that?
yeah, it says a new report analyzed threats to safety across the U.S. and ranked the safest according to public health, natural disasters, mass shootings, and traffic accident risks. According to Wallet Hub, St. Louis ranked very low on the country's safest list. Country's safest cities list, but not as low as other cities. Memphis, Tennessee, Detroit, Michigan bottomed out the list as the two most dangerous cities. So St. Louis is now ranked 163rd out of 182 U.S. cities for safety, specifically due to home and commuter safety risks, and even financial safety risk.
Where does Alaska sit on that list?
I don't know. That's a good question. Sure they're not the safest. Actually, no. I actually know for a fact they're not the safest because even the locals don't like military members there. So
Really? They don't like you,
yeah,
motherfuckers?
they don't like us motherfuckers.
Why? What do you guys beating on them? That's why.
There's a
go to
lot
the
of
grocery
bad
store, you
there's a
guys-
lot of bad seeds in the military, so they really ruined it for us.
No shit. People going around terrorizing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, horrible. All right.
It
Win
is
through
what it is,
actions, never through
Mm.
argument.
but- Yeah. So what do you think? Law emphasizes that so far is the most effective to prove your point or establish your authority through your actions rather than engaging in arguments. Just like how you were just brought up that what was it? that
What?
fucking that thing that you were just saying, like about being passively aggressive or whatever.
Oh, the passive the emphasis fuck. What was it?
You don't remember
Being
it.
passive. Yeah, the paraphrasing.
Yeah.
That shit? Yeah.
So I mean, it's basically the same thing that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you win an argument, even if you are
Empathetic
correct, or
paraphrasing.
often
Forget that.
you said what?
I was talking about empathetic paraphrasing.
Empathetic paraphrasing. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But yeah,
I was doing that. I was like, this kind of ties in.
It does
You
tie
know?
in. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Because question: how does winning through your actions help maintain or build relationships compared to winning an argument?
Um. So winning. Repeat the question.
Okay. How does winning through your actions
Mhm.
help maintain or even build relationships compared to winning an argument?
Because even like what Green was talking about, sometimes winning an argument doesn't always. Sometimes it feels good, and you kind of feel almost entitled to it, especially
Mhm.
when you feel like you have a point to prove.
Right.
That like with the argument, there is more that can come with it, and that's what the book really talks about. And it's
Yeah.
also like you got to be smart about when to do it, and then picking and choosing if the outcome is even worth it, you know.
Yeah.
So the judgment passage, I think it does a good job. Like it's the intro for Law 9. Um,
Mhm.
it doesn't make it complicated, depending on the reader. Sometimes I notice with Green is that like he does a lot of these parables with these little stories and shit. And sometimes like in some of the things, I think for the reader it's easy, it's pretty forward.
Mhm.
And there's not any other like things that you have to maneuver through because in some like parables to really get the message, you have to really be able to like really dive in and understand like some of the things that they're saying. And some things you don't really relate to because if they're of different culture. So him explaining this, I think he did it well as
Yeah.
as far as telling the reader like sometimes winning that argument, you have to understand that it's not just that win because you may have a long lasting effect of um, somebody now, whether they don't trust you or like you, maybe they now have a vendetta against you, is to always be smart and not put yourself in a situation. But I think
Right.
that's hard though. That's hard for somebody to like take the L, like we talked about,
Yeah.
and going for the win all the time because it's reachable probably, and
Mhm.
if you're not going to back down, the other person may not back down. But also, like I think sometimes we get lost in emotion, and that you could just go, and then now you've kind of put yourself in a situation where it's like shit, like you know I have to work with this
Yeah.
person, and now maybe this person's not going to really help me or work as like they would if they actually cared about me as a person, even
Mhm.
respecting that person. So,
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. I mean, it. Yeah. It definitely emphasizes a lot of things that we've talked about in the past. You know, especially whenever it comes down to uh, uh, moving essentially like silently.
mhm. Yeah,
So,
yeah. This is
so
I'll give him this. Like it's kind of this first beginning. I feel like has some wisdom
right.
in it. I don't believe, and he kind of like we'll touch on it towards the end of this. Like I think I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And I think this passage is like situational too. So like I
Yeah.
think it's an alternative to choosing when to argue. So like versus like someone who's really want to fly off the handle, it
Hmm.
gives someone to say maybe whoever read this is like, maybe I should like it's not worth it. Maybe I should just like, you know, pick, play my cards correctly. Like I could really hurt myself,
Yeah.
or just, um and so that's kind of how I feel. And I'm like, so I'm pretty okay with this passage. This first
Yeah.
part.
No. Yeah. I get it. I'm starting to see like all the laws just tie in together because like back in episode 12, whenever we hosted, don't say too much. You know, it's just
Yeah.
everything's starting to like just come together into like a pile. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's the correct term to say, but it's just I don't know, like words can be easily contested
Mhm.
and and especially when the arguments are are relied on logic and persuasion.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's
like
people are gonna struggle with that.
it
And I
is,
think
and and it can be easily contradicted too. You know,
mm,
especially if
yeah,
someone's extremely defensive.
yeah. And so
So
like, okay, I look at it as like someone who is an argument is obviously pushback. We
right,
argue,
yeah,
it's pushback, right? So
hmm
it's like that confrontation. I could choose to go to let something go to avoid having that pushback with you. I could then just not even talk about whatever the topic, and then I can kind of divert. So
hmm
essentially, like, I'm choosing to argue. I could go a different way. It's like choosing the path of least resistance. So like, okay, I'm gonna not start something. I'm not going to like even address certain things. But some could say like that's you not being very submissive. And I
hmm
think most people you may struggle with that. And
probably,
so,
yeah.
but do you think that there is value to having this approach in life, like to not um, start an argument or to know when to avoid an argument in like the real world?
I mean, yeah, I definitely, I actually definitely try to avoid as many arguments as possible. Even though I do like conflict, I think it's more of like a physical
Mhm.
conflict than us, us just verbally going back and forth. Especially with people these days. I mean, there's only so much information that you can argue about until you start going in circles. And whenever you start going in circles, I mean, the argument's over already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just using silence as a tool is definitely something that I technically use and stuff. Like I said, I'm not a very uh, argumentative person, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But whenever I know something, I mean, I may argue for a few minutes just to entertain the subject, but
You know when to walk away.
yeah, exactly. I know when to walk away. Like I say, every argument is just you can it can go both ways,
Yeah. Mhm.
So it
Well,
just
yeah,
depends
I
on
feel like
how.
people can, put themselves in situations. So, my thought on, like, even dealing with, like, law enforcement and
Hmm
anyone, like, with, like, authority, like a judge, for example, that can, like, control your experience beyond the argument. You know, a lot of people argue with law like, police, and I understand some may feel, like, validated by that, and they
hmm
know that it's for a reason. But in
Yeah.
a situation, like, they have the power to really fuck your life up. That's like going to court, getting fees. Like, now it's like you have to deal with, like, a financial struggle because it's like you chose to, like, argue when it's like
hmm
there's nothing you can do about it, you
Yeah.
know? And then, like, now you gotta pay for it. Like, you have to now go into court. Then it could ruin your
Yep.
reputation. Like, I've heard so many times of, like, people talking themselves into a worse position, whereas you may get grace. Like, let's say you went to, like, traffic court or whatever, but then you were, like, mouthy, and then it actually worsened, like, the judge may not be as lenient for you. So, like, it could even make things worse.
hmm
And so, like, I think in that situation, and I think that it could, people should consider that. But I think in that situation, it kind of fits.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So
Definitely. Definitely. It, yeah. That's crazy. So what do you think? Like how can you prepare to act decisively whenever an argument is going to occur? You know what I'm saying? Like how could you possibly
Mm.
uh engage in a verbal confrontation.
Motherfucker, I gave you the article. You know what you got to do? Be like, listen, I understand how you feel. You
Okay, but
probably feel
okay,
like
but
I'm not, but like
and
for
that's the
real,
thing.
like
Like, how do you for somebody that has never done that? How
yeah.
do you expect them to actually react to that?
Yeah, I get it. They're like, well, okay, you're right. That's a fair point because someone may think, oh, were you making fun of me, motherfucker? Like you think you're talking to me
Mm-hmm.
like a kid, And I thought that too when I was reading that article. Now I'm not. I think he even talks about like it's okay to argue. In fact, I have like a question for like
Mm-hmm.
when you should argue. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, dude, I don't know. Like that's a hard situation because you have to obviously like what you do. You walk away. You start fights and you just walk away. You said that's what you did. So you
I
just
don't start the fights. I entertain the conversation, and then I'm like, all right, cool.
you'd have to like walk away. But that's a lot of
Yeah,
pride that you got to give up, and I think
yeah,
that's why it's like hard, but then like, okay, so like in a work situation, like let's say me and you are on a team and,
mhm,
obviously we're working on the podcast, we're working as a team. So our arguments must be short lived because we can't function together. If
mhm.
we have to then work with each other and try to get a common goal to take off or like to do whatever to make things run, like we have to be mature enough to know, like, okay, we had an argument, we're done with it. Like we can't change it. Pretty much like the fucking article, pretty much says, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like we we have to address that, and that's just on a business standpoint,
right,
or just working with someone. So I think like in those arguments, you might want to let that slide if you could avoid it,
right, right, right.
because it's it's important to keep those relationships functional, so you guys can like sustain the value or or at least the benefit from it from both parties. Like whether that's you working with them because you get paid to do it, it you want to maintain those relationships. So, and
Yeah,
I think that's what he was talking about in the beginning. It's
yeah,
like you may have a vendetta then set out against you, and they, but anyway,
yeah. Like what Mr. Turley Tangled said, power through knowledge. I like that. Power through knowledge. I like that. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of things, like especially where we come from and stuff, right? Like sometimes there's no sitting down and just actively listening. It's either you're acting or you're walking away.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean, it's just, trying to control the narrative, especially now these days, is going to be extremely hard. So
yeah. When is it time to argue?
when is the time to argue? I don't think there is a time to argue. I think it's just like I said, arguing is just showing somebody else that who's more dominant, right?
Yeah,
It's not necessarily like if you're gonna argue,
that's a fair
something's gonna
point.
work.
Yeah,
So I don't think there's ever a time
yeah,
to argue because you gotta think about it. If we're both arguing right now, like what could possibly like
yeah. I get that.
work,
Fair
you know what I'm
point.
saying? Like you could
Fair point.
always just be like, I know exactly what you mean. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like I know exactly your thought process and stuff. It may not work, but it's just how it is.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah. It's
To me,
like,
argument
yeah,
is just overrated. What about you?
yeah. No, I think I agree with that. No one's gonna really want to. What would yeah draw someone to all of a sudden look at it different? And I
Hmm.
wonder how many like arguments actually worked itself out, like truly through that, where you just have to walk away, you just need space, you
Hmm.
know. And
Yeah,
so, but people do it. I mean,
people
they
do it.
we've done it. Like we're not,
Yeah,
especially you, but
with Curtis, always arguing with that man.
telling you, you've been with him for so long, it's like shit rubbed off on him. Like what the fuck?
But again, yeah, like I said, I feel like silence is more powerful than arguing.
Yeah,
Actions are more powerful than arguing.
yeah.
So
You think people
what's
just you think people argue because they've had enough of certain things, which makes sense, you know?
yeah, I
And
think
so it's like
people argue
that's
that.
that
Yeah.
that would be a driver, right? You had enough, like even in a relationship, like bad relationship, you had enough, you finally like, argue, finally stand up for yourself. People, that may be in that
But
type
is
of
that really an
relationship.
argument though? I don't feel like that would be an
Well,
argument.
I guess pushback. I guess it depends on, you know, f- almost standing up for yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's all like ambiguous. So many different people view it a certain way. So
Hmm.
even the person that maybe feel wronged is actually, truly wrong, but they're upset about it, or they could feel like, okay, if someone wants to argue because they feel like there's no value in what you're saying, they could feel like, I am justified of like feeling the way I am, even though in reality, they're just being told what they're doing wrong. They just can't accept it. Does that make sense? Or did I kind of
Yeah.
jumble that up? I may have, but so I think those are the times where people tend to argue. It's just that don't argue with someone that like it could affect you, especially if you have
Mhm.
to work with somebody. It's like, okay, arguing with your boss, yeah, you may not lose your job because there's probably like steps to doing that, but now he may or she may look at you different. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
just now you're on the radar. And so,
Yeah.
who do you think struggles with this the most, men or women?
Women.
You think?
I'm gonna have to say women, yeah, because you got, at least to me and the people that I know that's around me and
Look
stuff
it
that I
up.
hang out
Can you
with.
can you pull it
Can
up?
I look it up? Yeah, let me
Yeah,
let me
pull it
look
up.
up. But like I was telling you, like I think because men just want to get things done, we
Mhm.
don't look for the argument itself.
Yeah.
So I
Select
don't
few.
know.
Select few.
Yeah.
But okay. I don't know. I think I was like 50-50 with it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it goes like both ways, you know, where some just people like conflict, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of thrive off of it. And so, so that's kind of my opinion through it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But the thing is like, can it overpower like an ego? That's you got to get through that first. And
Yeah.
so like, do you think that we're like so self-righteous to submit to somebody? Like, and this really is for people who are, I think, in a relationship that is forced to be there. Because you're not gonna have this like, I don't think you're gonna really analyze this with someone like that you're just like arguing with, like a rando, maybe. Even someone that is like a friend,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like you would have to really cherish the relationship to even be considering probably a lot of like this. I don't know, where you have to submit because most cases you can just walk away. You don't have to stick around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and so, yeah, I don't. Do you think people have the ability to like submit
Yeah.
to?
I do have a. I think so, but again, so it says here which gender starts more arguments. There is a pattern in arguments that is familiar to many heterosexual couples. The women most often is the one to initiate an argument, bringing up
Hmm.
something she is unhappy with, which I do agree, especially with my relationship.
Yeah, you're gonna get that
So,
prime.
but
So
I mean,
okay, interesting. And like I said, I
knowing
was
that, what do you think now?
uh, I don't know. Are
You
you?
still 50-50?
I think possibly. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna. I mean, you can lean it one way, but then you can lean it the other way. I think it's so hard to tell, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, if I'm just trying to be like non-biased about it. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like, I think what it's saying does,
Well, I need you
could
to be
make.
biased about it. So,
You know what I mean, dude? I got two girls, dude. Like, I don't know. I like they're my babies, so
yeah,
like the other motherfuckers were wrong, But
yeah.
anyway,
I mean,
uh,
you can't say what kids do though,
I
right?
know, but
Because they
I'm
always
talking about
argue.
as they're older.
Right. Yeah.
And as they're older and like starting to be in relationships, you know.
I guess I'm just gonna go by my relationship
All right,
because
that's fine, motherfucker.
she just loves to argue. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, happy as
Yeah,
you
cool.
can be, and she's ready. Just
She
I thought
ready to
that was
go
her
at it.
coming.
I sense happiness. Let me
So
change that.
Mr. Turley Tango just asked a question. Can you argue with an argument? What exactly do you mean by that?
This motherfucker's the Riddler, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Don't
this is
answer
a
him no more.
Joker, bro. It's the Joker.
So can you argue with an argument?
Can you argue with an argument? Uh, I mean, yeah, right? Because if you don't agree with the argument, then you're going to argue about it. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Oh yeah, I guess like how it started, right? Am I fucking it up?
Either how it's, I don't know. I mean, you got to argue about the
How it
topic, right?
started, how it went, how it's going. You're to blame for the argument, and the other person's like, "Nah, motherfucker, I'm not." It's like you are, and then like you're arguing about the argument. Even the whole point of the starting of the argument is no longer a thing. It's about how you acted in the argument,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it's showing your true colors, motherfucker. Pack your shit. I see you in court, and
What?
don't
What?
stretch your car.
Hold on. See, this is what I'm talking about. You was part of that study where they're all like, "Hey, you know, I want you to act like you're mad, and I want you to be mad at this person, and be passive aggressive." This one, God damn it, you do use that
Dude, no. You know
passively
what that's called? Okay.
emotional.
Have you heard of this shit? And I want you to educate me because I know
Okay,
you know, because I know your culture.
okay,
This
that's racist.
cis shit, like a cis male and a
Okay.
cis female,
Mm-hmm.
like there's this shit. I'm seeing it on TV shows and shit, and they talk about like a cis husband. Is that like a feminine husband?
What the fuck is a cis?
I don't fucking know. It's new
How do you not know?
terminology.
You're the
I'm
one
trying to
asking
discover this
me.
shit. I'm asking you because you're in that culture.
How? What culture?
think
What are you talking about?
I think that's the transgender culture. I don't know, dude. It's something. I don't know, man. I'm gonna
Oh, so
support you.
brother, aren't you in that alphabetical fucking Facebook group?
I delete Facebook when they try to fucking
Yeah,
shut
right.
me down.
When they try to shut you down, what'd you do?
I don't know. Just used it. I don't know. I really didn't do much on it. And I just
Oh
got
my
rid of it.
god,
But yeah, it was just a whole bunch of like this. They were pushing this shit.
no. All right, so it's going back to the topic before you get kicked out of Facebook again. Are there any situations where it might be necessary to use argument instead of action to influence others?
Wouldn't it would have to be like super dire. Like if like my way or in that context, like my way is going to be the best, have the best outcome.
Right.
If you do it your way, we're going to kind of go through a lot of hell trying to fix it. It's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like an argument like of power and of like possibly like intellect, because everybody knows what's best for the project, but you know what I mean? So like now
Are
there's
you, are
that
you talking
ego.
about it in a professional setting?
I guess so. I that's just an example. Like that's when
Right.
like someone would force an argument like, no, I have to argue this point because this is going to
Mhm.
affect a huge project and you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you're about to fuck it up. But they both
Yeah.
have that same mindset. So it's like two bulls ramming, into each other, and it's like, you're both strong, motherfucker. You ain't doing nothing. Your head is just as hard as mine,
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's my take
Oh,
on it.
but okay. So you're saying that it can only be in a professional setting,
No, I'm not
right?
saying
Which
that. That's an example. That's the only way I could see it would fit, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So only in a professional setting.
Well, give me an example, motherfucker.
I'm asking you the question. You can't just deflect
I
that question
answered
towards
I
me.
answered the question. What is
I
your
didn't like
thoughts
your
on
I
it?
didn't like your answer. All right. So
Okay, give me
maybe
a
you
good
should.
answer.
I don't want to give you a good answer.
Give
Don't
me
try to
a
take
good
my stuff.
answer.
You're not taking my answers. All right.
I'm
This
already
podcast
writing
is
it
about to
down.
be over already.
Okay. What is your thoughts written in the observant of the reference to the art of manipulation? So in the
What do you?
observance of law
Mm-hmm.
is there's he talks about Michelangelo and the block in the marble block, and him kind of using like kind of not manipulation, but yeah, manipulation to change
Mm-hmm.
someone's like perspective of like a piece of work he did with the marble. Like, what was your thoughts on that?
I mean, it could be a lot, dude. That could be. That's you're gonna have to give me something better than that. What?
Yeah, so okay. So Michelangelo, right? So
Mhm.
this dude was fucking had this block of marble, fucking expensive, I guess. It's probably rare, really nice, right? The dude was doing a carving, and this is the story Green is talking about.
Mhm.
And the dude jacks up the stone. He's like,
Right.
man, I can't salvage it. And he tried to get help from people to help fix it, and no one would help him. So it actually sat and pretty much collected dust. Well, Michelangelo came, and I guess he heard about it. He wanted to, take it off his hands and see if he could make a sculpture with it. The person
Mhm.
was like, "Oh no, you're insane. You can't fix this." And he said, "No, I can." So anyway, he takes it. And he starts making this carving of David and the sling, and he had someone come in and who was inspecting, I guess, his statue, his what he's carving,
Mhm.
and the person's looking at it and says, "Oh, the nose is all wrong," and Michelangelo's like, and he didn't argue, and he says, "Oh, I see it," and he knew that if he would change it based on this person's perspective, which I think he was standing high up, so he was looking at it at an angle, so he wasn't looking at it at the right angle. And so what Michelangelo did, he got some, I guess, marble dust or something. He sprinkled it on it, and he was pretending to work on the nose.
Mhm.
And when in fact he didn't do anything, it was just
Right.
like this illusion. And now this person who was there was seeing it goes, "Oh, it's perfect." And he goes, "Okay, I'm glad I did what you did." But he kind of, manipulated or he used um, some kind of, I guess, street smarts to kind of figure a way how to not jack that up.
Right.
And nothing changed, but now clearly there was nothing wrong with it. But in order to
Mhm.
please this person, it pretty much keeps everybody happy. And so there is that message. And like, what do you think about as far
So
as using something like that? They say manipulation, but what do you think?
okay, so obviously Green knows his work or whatever the character's name was, right? He knew
Mhm.
his work. He was obviously avoiding any type of conflict because I know back in the day, customers weren't always right, so
Yeah.
so that was out of the question.
Hmm.
But he knew that all he had to do was just focus on the customer's evaluation, right? So by avoiding the conflict and pretending to actually be what's the word? Be like persuasive, I guess.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sprinkling all that marble dust on there is I would have done the same thing. Like
Yeah.
especially whenever it comes to like work and stuff, like you know how well you're gonna do, you know how good um like the product's gonna be. So there's nothing to really change, right? So whenever it comes down to that long-term success and stuff, I don't know how to explain it, dude.
Yeah. No, I get you. I
No,
get
I
you.
don't.
No, so okay, so like
So
as far as
obviously, you got
like
to solidify his reputation right on the long run. So we're gonna do whatever the customer says, whenever, especially like whenever it comes to like side jobs and everything that we used to do as
yeah.
kids, helping my dad and stuff maintain like his reputation, basically that everything that he did was gonna be kind of gonna come out good, right?
Mhm.
And there's even times where we're like, the customer would come out and be like, "Hey, I don't like the way this is here or whatever," but at the end, you're all like, "I can see the finished product, and by
Yeah.
leaving this here, that's gonna demonstrate how well my product's gonna be and whatever." So that's what all he's trying to do is just like, all right, well, I'll pretend like I'm I'm pleasing the customers, so let me go ahead and sprinkle some dust so that way he
Yeah.
thinks I'm working on whatever he has to do. But again, it's all about avoiding conflict, knowing
Yeah.
your product and having long-term success and shit. So,
I
I mean,
agree. So
what do
okay.
you think?
So listen. So Green, he's been, hit and miss for me. All right. And so
Mm-hmm.
like I'm
Yeah.
reading Law 9 and I'm like, all right, like it's not bad. It's pretty good. Like there's nothing that is kind of like he tends to kind of go outside like the moral aspect. It's about like this is how you get power, like kind of be a dog in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has a different, perception of it, but this is the gist of it. I mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
pretty blunt. And so I'm like, okay, this story is like, I get it. Again, pretty simple to understand. And,
Right.
I get his point, and I think it's helpful. And then, so there was that story, and then accepting the ignorance of others is possibly a benefit. And so there was a passage another story, um, and Christopher Wren, who was like a Renaissance man, so he was a master of so many different things. He was like an architect. And during his career, he had like a lot of people who would like want him to do impractical changes to his designs,
Right.
And now this motherfucker's an expert. Like he's really smart, like in mathematics and science and all the things, And but he would never argue. In 1688, he like built like this town hall, but the mayor was not satisfied, and
Mm-hmm.
he was just kind of worried that it wasn't stable enough, So now you're like kind of questioning um what Christopher's like abilities, I guess, his talents. He's a professional, but you're still like unsure.
Right.
And this mayor insisted that he put pillars to support this building, and he didn't argue. Ren didn't argue with the mayor. He was like, okay, that's no problem. And he ends up, putting him up. And he does it to make the mayor happy. And clearly, like the mayor is dealing with like some fear there. I mean, you're willing to probably pay more,
Mm-hmm.
just to feel security anyway. Um, I guess a few years later, they found that the pillars weren't even touching the ceiling. So they weren't
Right.
even supporting it. It was just there as a visual effect. It made him happy. And it shows like how much emotion and fear play in like decision making, and just that sense of security that, even though they have no effect, I mean, you rather just see it. Obviously, he didn't know that,
Right.
but he didn't argue. So did he get paid more? Now that's like, again, the ignorance of like somebody that you're like, okay, but in a way you could look at it as he questioned an expert. And sometimes it's okay, not everyone, but if you're labeling somebody who's an expert and it's like their profession, you think that they would be, relatively, trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yet he's still questioning an expert. So what do you think about that story?
I mean, his inventions were challenged. I understand that. I mean, all he was doing is just demonstrating how good he is, right? So
Yeah. And people
essentially,
just wanted like stupid shit. Like they're like, "Oh, what redesign it and do this here. This works better." And he's probably like, "No, you idiot! Like that, it doesn't work that way." So he got
exactly,
it a
yeah.
lot, and then I think it got to the point where he gained wisdom, and he's like, fine. You want it that
Mm-hmm.
bad? It's your wallet. But maybe even that's another thing. Was it beneficial for him just to accept it? Because now you seem like you're accommodating as someone who's like now starting to be well known. Like this is your art. This is like what you do. And now this mayor is going to have glowing things to say about him because
Mm-hmm.
he went that way, even though maybe it wasn't the right way. He made him happy. So now his reputation has been boosted possibly, and or he could have had both, made more money off that. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, he was known for how smart he was, right?
Yeah.
So for people to not understand and basically question what he knows and stuff, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that you're being questioned on, like the light bulb that he made.
Mhm.
But it, it it captures a lot of what he captured a lot of what the public imagination could be. I don't know if that made sense.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, you
I
think
get
about like he's designing and inventing things to where people have like can only imagine it.
yeah. Well, maybe
You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
they're the dreamers, and he's the one who's like he's the actual like nuts and bolts to it. So it's like, but we always innovate, right? So I'm sure like, yeah, you need to have someone that knows what they're doing, but then they have to have the vision for doing things that may be like immaculate or crazy, magnificent when you look at it. It's like, holy shit, someone designed that. So I get you have to have that like type of imaginary mindset,
Hmm.
so I kind of get that. How often do you think professionals go through like something like that where like they
Oh,
don't take the advice and it's like, okay, but like I kind of do this. Like job is fucking killing me. Like I'm there. Like I've been there like 2 weeks straight. I actually sleep there. You don't trust me? It's insulting, wouldn't you say?
oh yeah, I think so. I think they deal with it almost. I, As a matter of fact, I think they deal with it every single day.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially to somebody that's completely normal like you and I and stuff. Like I, I want to understand how it works and how it's going to effectively improve my life. So why wouldn't I ask those questions?
Yeah.
Like maybe you didn't think about it this entire way and you only thought about it your way. So hopefully I can persuade you to think this way and maybe it'll make the product better. But again, it's being ignorant, right?
Hmm.
So
Do you think
um,
this could backfire on him? So okay, let me throw a situation at you.
okay.
So again, I said years later they found out that the pillars he put up weren't even touching the ceiling.
Hmm.
You think that if the mayor, and then this was obviously done, I don't even think the mayor was like even fucking there anymore. I don't know. And but would you, if let's say the mayor did find that
Hmm.
it wasn't touching, you think he'd be like, did I get scammed? Like, did he just choose not to finish his work just to prove a point? Like someone saying that now I'm getting shoddy service, and even if I did give you an idea that was useless, if I'm paying for it, let me do it the way I want to do it. And now just to prove a point, and yes, it made me feel like secure,
Hmm.
but now I feel like you gave me shoddy service, or like chose to prove a point instead of give me quality service. If someone found out, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I wouldn't pay for something that doesn't look finished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
So, and especially if it's supposed to do a certain thing, like if those pillars are actually supposed to hold up the ceiling or the roof or whatever, and now they're not touching all this time, there's just a fucking paperweight.
mhm,
No, definitely. I think that's definitely gonna hurt your reputation. It's gonna hurt your word. It's gonna hurt a lot of things that you stand for, or at least what
right.
people think you stand for.
Yeah.
So,
Hell
I
yeah. All
mean,
right. So we're about at the end.
hmm.
This is where your boy, and I know you got stake in his shit. I know that. I know you have
Well,
invested in this. Your boy, I don't know where he went with this. In the
okay.
reversal. Okay.
Hmm.
So what are your thoughts of it? It's fucked up, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't.
And you're gonna have
And
to
it's funny because that's one of the questions I was gonna ask you too. Like
it's
I
fucked up.
don't,
And this your
I
boy, because
don't.
you have to defend him.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
do,
don't.
dog. Yeah, you do.
No,
All right.
no. So okay, no, I want to hear your opinion before I give you mine because this, like I said, I had it written down because I didn't really understand like how it fit with the actual chapter itself.
Yeah. All right.
So I was like,
Yeah, I
hmm,
know. This motherfucker's nuts. I mean, whatever. Yo, so he truly lost me. Like, I was like, okay, like this was some good shit. And like the stories, like again, my main thing, like I was saying, was like they were pretty straightforward. You could, they were easy to understand.
right,
It
yeah,
wasn't like bullshit parables that you have to kind of read in between the lines because you have to like figure out the culture of it first, which don't
hmm,
like a lot of Chinese parables, like those are really good, but you have to really understand and be in depth with it. So I was happy that he kind of just went simple just so that we can truly understand and then like maybe have more stories than he does. With that being said, this motherfucker says, cover your tracks when you are lying. or you get caught in lying and draw others in arguments to distract them for your deception. And he says, play a good like liar. So get emotionally connected to the shit. So then when you
Mhm.
get caught up, you can start crying on like command and you know what to say. You know how, like, you become an actor or an actress and you really feel it. So you can convince that motherfucker you're lying to that you're not lying. And so he says, "Oh man, these techniques really work for these con artists." I'm like, "Huh?" And he talks about this this
Yeah.
bullshit ass story about a con artist scamming people. And okay, so he was scamming people for buying. It was like a box, and
Mhm.
he claimed that this box could produce like actual currency, like it could copy money, which is a stupid thing, right? But people bought it. I think he made like 100,000, I think, or whatever, and it landed him in a situation where he's about to get shot and shit. And then the book was like, oh yeah, but he was able to manipulate his way out and get away scot free. And the end, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's where like it threw me off. I was like, that's it?
I'm like, okay, so you're pretty much promoting like being deceptive. And then so like it kind of just threw me. Like I think he went pretty good. Like in the other stories are pretty simple. They
Right.
had you could draw some moral stuff out of it. And yeah, he hit me with this. So what do you think about that?
It's
Who
so
recommended this book,
I'm
by
trying
the way?
to
Did you
I'm
recommend
trying
this
to
book?
I did actually.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was really it's really good. But it's crazy because whenever you read about yourself and you're not like actually um picking it apart,
Mhm.
you only see the things that you like within the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whenever it comes to different people, like those subjects or those main POIs or point of interest that you like start to fade away because then you start hearing other people's ideas and about the book and
Yeah.
stuff, and then you're like, holy shit, maybe I'm just an asshole. And
Damn, I've
but like
been
I said,
doing this shit
like
before reading it.
even with the
I'm fucked up.
reversal,
Yeah.
even with the reversal and stuff, like I'm trying to figure out like in a good way, like what could he possibly mean, but
I need
and
you to figure that out for us.
it's not
I
very
need you to
clear. You
figure
know what I'm
this out.
saying?
What?
Like
Yeah.
he's using a decoy so that way he can excel in life financially, but then like his actions are
So we talked about this last weekend. Didn't we talk about how not to be baited?
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like,
But
it's
that's the
showing
thing.
you how to like to be that conniving, like type thing, you lie your way through. And so that's kind of what I don't get. And so that you can figure out for all of us like what he possibly could mean by that.
I think I think what he meant in the reversal is that just in some rare cases,
Mhm.
having a strategic verbal argument,
Mhm.
whether it's influencing people to buy into your life.
I'm listening.
I'm trying for him. I'm trying.
I mean,
I-
this could be like a James Bond like thing. All right, motherfucker, you have to be able to get your ass through this shit. So you have to manipulate, lie, get emotionally connected, make your way, kind of adapt to the environment, and then you gain. So like I could see it being like something like that, but
but that's the thing. Like I no, I can't. He flipped on me.
no, you didn't. You motherfuckers wrote the book together. You told me that.
I gave him a good strong points about this one. Yeah,
Yeah. Heck yeah, you
but
did.
I don't know, bro. It's just all about having charisma, right? Especially when it comes to this. I mean, you got to demonstrate power and everything, even whenever you need to influence others. So whenever you're arguing and everything, it's just
I think he's
it could be advantageous, you know,
yeah, yeah.
but
I think yeah. And then pretty much just be smart with how you do things, and then don't celebrate too quickly for a win. because
Right.
there's more to come from winning, especially how you may consider winning. Whether that's I was in a 2-hour argument, said some really outlandish shit to this motherfucker, but I feel like I really got him. I really hurt him, and it's like
Yeah.
now that person's like in their room, like plotting against you. So it's like be smart, essentially.
Yep.
If the person you work with that individual, you obviously have to have like some type of common ground, and maybe not. It would really you guys would have to affect each other um on a day to day. So always, I think maintaining a functional relationship is probably smart. Like that's just kind of like my opinion. So, and I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it's getting at is argue, but don't be an idiot about it. But that could be hard to do with taking a step back. So
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, you got to be clear in what your actions. mm, At least you got to be clear to yourself and how you uh time your actions and stuff, right? So this book is about being more powerful, more confident and stuff. And yeah, even though it does get to like manipulating and stuff like that, obviously, I don't think the author is actually trying to be this villain in people's eyes, but more of how
it's just
things
how it
have to,
happens. Yep.
yeah, how things have to happen and stuff. So just take everything with a grain of salt, especially whenever it comes to these chapters and stuff, right? Because we want good people, not people that are selfish, which
Yeah.
turns into bad.
I think you made a really good fair point is he could just be saying, like you said, like this is one of the things you got to do. Like this is
Yeah.
how you got to get in. It's like being initiated. Again, we got those bandanas for you, Chris. Again, he likes pink, and we'll put some glitter and
Bedazzled also, you know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
know it. Yep, with our logo. But that's it for me.
No, that definitely.
So I think that kind of topped it off. So we'll be diving into Law 10. You know what it is? You're
Ooh,
closing
Law
us.
10. Yeah. Oh, I'm closing. I'm closing.
Yeah,
I
of
got you.
course.
I got you. I got you. So Law 10 is gonna be about contagious, unhappy people, right? So basically going about your day and stuff, and those friends, those peers or whatever that always come in and be like already fucking negative, even if it's a sunny day with birds chirping and stuff like that. We want to avoid those people that really bring down the day. So um make sure you guys tune in next week, Sunday, same time,
Yeah.
6 o'clock here.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing a lot of live right before the show. I don't know if you guys actually like that or not, but please leave it in the comments below and stuff. Make sure you guys hit the like button.
I'm
No, I
afraid
mean
to
that's
watch
it for
this.
me.
I feel
You're
like
afraid.
I said motherfucker a lot. I feel like
Oh
Samuel L.
yeah.
Jackson.
I wish
was
we had like
holding it down.
a cussing counter.
Oh
feel like-
yeah.
I feel like
Should be
it'll be
going
a lot more than than
What is that? When you're signaling for help, it's like you know what I mean? Morse code and shit. Yeah.
Morse code. Yeah.
But anyway, take us out, dude.
All right, guys. Well,
To the
again,
legacy.
to the legacy of ours. Good night.
Not a drink. You ain't toasting
All right,
out.
bro, I don't. All right, here, empty can.
To the legacy. See you guys
To the
later.